He is the kind of person that doesn't just see one problem and try to tackle it, but sees one problem, sees everything in the web of the world that's connected to that, and tries to take on each single problem.
He truly is someone who cares about people. People in Hopewell Valley. He cares about the staff, students, everyone he comes in contact with at Hopewell Valley, and also in his home country of Kenya, and I think throughout the world. The guy's just throughout the world. He's just a very caring individual.
He is really passionate about his cause and getting kids involved, so that's why he's inspiring. He brings out the best in people.
He's always willing to do things for other people, and he always puts other people before himself, and he's always willing to give something even though he might not have everything.
He's just devoted as a teacher and as a man. He's always trying to help his students. He's very approachable. That's what I really liked about him, having him as a teacher. You could go to him when you had any questions because he wanted to help you succeed. Devoted.
Passionate and inspiring.
Caring.
Generous.
Fatherly.
Passionate.
Passionate.
Motivated.
He's pretty inspirational.
And so that your DNA will be cut into small fragments that are different from somebody's next to you. And those fragments then move at different speeds. So you can then be able to compare your DNA with somebody's DNA. So this is what is done essentially, and then you can be able to take, these are the fragments I'm talking about, all right? And that will lead us to the discussion we're going to be having today, okay? So it's very important. So who's that? Would like to give me the names of the ones you have? Manager, or guanine, okay, cytosine and thymine, and as adenine always bears with thymine. So we're going to be talking about DNA in the nucleus, which is a very good organelle actually. Down here, we have what we call DNA. So the ribosomes, based on what you looked at, the ribosomes are found outside the nucleus.
He has taught me a lot about myself, kind of indirectly. In bioethics, we go over a lot of our own morals and stuff, and the way he teaches, he allows us to research our own topics and to kind of dive into things on our own. Instead of giving us opinions, he lets us form ours. So he's kind of helped me to form a lot of my morals and my beliefs.
I had him for honors bio freshman year, which was a while back, and it wasn't my strength as a class at all. I'm really not a science student. But he found a way to make it interesting, and he kind of saw in the class, I think, that I was interested in service, maybe a little bit more than I was interested in biology, so he contacted me about Model Who.
He was an effective teacher. The first day he made it clear that obviously he had an accent, and so he said if you ever had any questions, just ask him and he'll write it down. He was always very approachable, like I said. If you had any questions, you could go to him. He was very willing to go and help you in his free time during lunch, after school, or whatever.
Well, my first year in Model Who, it was a freshman, and he was a very, very big part of it. I mean, he is really the source of Model Who at Hopewell. Our whole alliance with Kisi and our whole connection to Kenya and his hometown comes directly from him. Without him, we wouldn't have that at all. We probably wouldn't have a Model Who. And then he's done a really good job in the past couple years being involved in the club and being our link to Kenya, but also taking a step back and realizing that it is Model Who and that the real World Health Organization doesn't have some overlord, it's just, people who have devoted their life to service, and he tries to let the students do that as much as possible.
Mr. Angwenyi is our leader, but he encourages us to lead for ourselves. So he doesn't always plan out all of our meetings. He'll let us plan and take the lead and the initiative on what we want to do.
Okay. The role Mr. Angwenyi had over there was basically to connect Kenya to the U.S. so kids from there could always have someone to talk to from over here, and also like establish a bond to know that, you know, we're trying to help you and you're also providing us and you're helping us as well. So it was pretty much like a bond.
The members of Hopewell Valley's own model WHO decided just days after the January 12th Haiti earthquake to take action.
They cut cans together and asked other students to fundraise or give whatever money they have.
The total raised over $3,000. The funds collected by the club are going straight to the American Red Cross. The very people who organize blood drives and promote health and well-being are using the money gathered by HVCHS mainly to combat any and all diseases that have spread throughout Haiti as a result of the disaster. The idea was spearheaded by teacher and club leader David Angwenyi.
Knowing that any of these things could happen to any of us, we just felt like, how can we help? We couldn't all go there and participate, and the only way we could do this is probably by, giving some donations.
The model WHO meets twice a month to discuss worldwide solutions for many things, mainly like fighting the most devastating diseases. And the inspiration for helping Haiti grew out of what the club has already done for Kenya, where Mr. Angwenyi happens to be from. And those in the club say all of these efforts have strengthened their desire to make a difference worldwide among the underprivileged.
Next summer I'll be going to Kenya with Mr. Angwenyi. He set up the whole experience and kind of got me on board with it. I'm really excited to go with him because over this whole entire year we've formed a family dynamic with the group. So I feel like it's a lot of more personal things and not just him advising us on our trip.
He acted to the group like a father. He treated us all like his own kid. He was very, very caring. He made sure that we were all taken care of and comfortable the entire way, because seeing some things that you see there, it's hard, and he wanted everybody to be comfortable so that you would want to go back and so that you would fall in love with the country as much as he loves it.
It wasn't only about ourselves. We also went to schools and we saw how it was there and their learning conditions, how it was compared to ours. And we also got to see, how other people live, not just how where we were, how people were living, because where we were was actually pretty nice. And all the kids were amazing. I had such a good time. And Mr. Angwenyi did so much for them. It was amazing.
And he will have us speak on the spot, which is something I was not used to at all. But he really, he makes you believe in yourself and confident in yourself. So by, trusting you to speak in front of a whole crowd of people, it really boosts your confidence and your self-esteem. So he's really changed who I am as a person.
I mean, it was an eye-opening experience. It definitely made the difference that it was Mr. Angwenyi running it. When you have someone from the area who knows the communities, they know what to do, what not to do. It was really great having someone to guide you through this new experience, because it was my first time out of the country to any other continent, particularly Africa. But overall, it was a profound experience. It definitely changed the way that I see a lot of things, and it's kind of helped me get more active in a lot of different clubs like Global Connections Club and Model Who. After his first trip to Kenya, the Hopewell-Keroka Alliance was established, which has done fantastic things for Kenyan communities, including establishing roads, creating a tea buying center, providing school uniforms and educational materials. As a community, it's really brought us together, I think, and just this past March we received recognition of that by the Kenyan ambassador, which is a great thing.
He does a really good job of finding people who he knows have an interest and who would take initiative if given the opportunity towards community projects and projects elsewhere. And so he seeks out those people and he gets them into groups, and he's done it time and time again with Model Who, with his starting of GPS with Ms. Pennington, with Global Connections, with Hopewell-Keroka Alliance, and because of that, he has these little bases everywhere in the community, and he can draw from them for the support he needs for the projects he finds, and manages to help so many people with it.
He is a huge part of the community here and in Kenya, because it takes a really special person to be able to link two communities. He makes everybody here knows about the trip to Kenya. Everybody in the school knows about it, and everybody in Kenya knows about the trip from America to Kenya, which is crazy. And not only does it reach one community in Kenya? We go to multiple multiple towns, and so he's a bonder.
He's definitely opened my eyes to more worldly things and not just things that happen, within this small little community, in this small little town. He's like broadened my horizons to maybe think more outside the box and not closed in.
Mr. Angwenyi's been a huge role model. I mean, one of the first things that struck me about him was like, wow, this is a really intelligent man. But so many times you meet people who are, just intelligent, or you'll meet people who are just really kind and just really giving, and that's amazing in itself. But he takes, the best of all of them. He's kind and generous and so committed to helping people besides himself with the resources that he has, and that's really, really incredible.
He's one of those genuine people that you're never really going to forget. Like, he's somebody that has made me a lot more proud of what I have and a lot more proud of what I know, and he's kind of somebody that you're just never going to forget.
As a teacher and as like a group leader to Kenya, he has definitely made a difference in my life. It kind of opened me up to new ideas, particularly pertaining to like outside of Hopewell and outside of our country. I really want to do global work now, and I'm taking his global public service class next year. So I'm excited to kind of go on and do great things, and I think that all kind of came from him.